What is going on, guys? DBG here, and since the first video of this went down so well, players that were bronze in NBA 2K13, I'm going to make this a series. I'm going to be doing cards that were different tiers in different games. So in this video we are going to be doing cards that were silvers in NBA 2K13. If we could hit 500 likes, that would be insane. And if you guys want to even look back on 2K13, the servers aren't online, so I can't show it, but if you look back at Two Bros Gaming, he went over every single card at every single tier at some stage in that game. So anyway, now let's get on to the team. So this is the team we've got. The point guard, we've got Damian Lillard, who was a really nice silver in the game. He was actually one of Chris Smooth's first pickups when he started MyTEAM, back when he was by far the biggest 2K YouTuber there is. Damian Lillard was a really nice card, but because it was his rookie year, he was a silver card. But still a really good silver card nonetheless. At the 2, we've got DeRozan, who hadn't really gone fully into his stride yet. He was good for the Raptors, but he wasn't the all-star we know of right now. A really nice card. The reason I have this diamond in is because of the dynamic duo with DeAndre Jordan. At the 3, we've got KAWHI Leonard, one of the best players in the NBA now, was really just known as a defensive player who wasn't much on offense back in 2013. The 2013 finals were really where he started to come into his own, and then the 2014 finals where he won MVP was really where he started to become a star in the NBA. He was actually, I think he was like 79 rated, somewhere around there. He was a lockdown defender, but he was very high priced. Like a lot of these guys are very high priced, meaning that nobody used them because they were more expensive than some golds and they weren't free like bronzes. At power forward, we got Tristian Thompson. I genuinely never used this guy in 2K13. He wasn't really much of a shooter, just like he isn't much of a shooter now. And at the time, he played in the power forward position, so I'm going to put him in a power forward in this team. But again, he was a silver card in 2K13. At the 5, we've got DeAndre Jordan, a center who since has made the All-NBA first team. His card in 2K13 stats-wise was very similar to his card this year. To be honest, like, he couldn't shoot, but he could dunk and rebound better than, as well, if not better than any other center in the NBA. It was like a poor man's Dwight Howard and wasn't the most expensive, so a few people used him. Off the bench at the 1, we've got Mike Conley. I'm using his amethyst card because I honestly feel no difference between his amethyst and his diamond, and there's no point spending extra money if I don't need to. And just for me saying that, I'm going to get 100 comments saying I'm cheap, but I really don't care. For Mike Conley's first 4 or 5 seasons, he was considered a bust. He was picked with the 4th pick in the draft, and people thought he was a bust. It was only really, the 2013 season was really when he kind of cemented himself as a legitimate good NBA player. When he led that Grizzlies team to the conference finals, that Grizzlies team with Gasol, with Zach Randolph, Conley, no real superstar, and they managed to make the conference finals that year. That was a big year for Mike Conley, and since then he's become probably the best player, one of, if not the best players ever to never be an all-star. The 2, we got Bradley Beal. It was Bradley Beal's rookie season, so he's always going to be a silver, and he actually didn't have a good rookie season, well, compared to how he is now. So he was actually rated fairly low. Well, he wasn't rated fairly low. He cost fairly little. So a lot of people use him on their team because he was cheap and he could shoot the ball. At the 3, I'm going to put in Klay Thompson. Klay was really expensive in the game because that was the first year where the Splash Brothers really made like a splash, for lack of a better word. They made the playoffs for the first time, and Klay really showed how good he was that year. But again, he was still a silver in the game. The 4, we've got borris. To be honest, there are very few power forwards that were silvers in NBA 2K13 that are actually good players now, which is a shock. There are very, very few. Because obviously I'm using Tristian Thompson, who's a center right now, as my other power forward. So I was like, I might as well just use whichever one is the best this year, who has the best card this year. And borris playoff card is probably the best of all the power forwards. Like, he was competing with the likes of Tyler Hansbrough, Antoine Jameson, Troy Murphy, Thomas Robinson. Like, it wasn't, honestly, there was no real good power forwards. And I'm going to save these 3 to last, but we got Danny Green, who was cheap at times, and when you could pick him up for cheap, he was a beast because he shot the ball really well. I'm going to start off with Terrance Ross because not as many people use him. Terrance Ross was basically exactly what he is now. He could shoot, he could dunk, and he could run. This was Terrance Ross's rookie season, and it was the year he won the NBA Slam Dunk Contest. He was an like freak this year, and this was back when dunks couldn't be blocked, so he was so OP. And now we're on to 2 of the probably 5 most overpowered cards in the game. I'm going to start with JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee was like a pogo stick. Everyone had them on their team. He was like 250 VC, which is the minimum player cost, and you couldn't go under 12 players, so he was literally free. It was impossible to not be able to afford JaVale McGee if you had a MyTEAM. JaVale McGee was like a pogo stick. Basically what he is this year, but better. He out-rebounded everyone. His post-game was unbelievable. If you're thinking I'm lying, trust me, you never use this guy, or you never play 2K13. And the last player, the god of 2K13. The god of 2K14, to be honest, as well. It is Gerald Green. If you never played that game, you do not know how good this guy was. Gerald Green Silver in 2K13 is probably the best card I've ever used in any MyTEAM. And I've used 99 Michael Jordans. Gerald Green could drop 50 a game on LeBron, who was a 99 overall back then. Gerald Green was the best player in every team's God squad. You go out with a team of bronzes and Gerald Green, and you'd have a shot against no matter who you came up against. He was that good in 2K13, and anyone who played the game will tell you in the comments, Gerald Green was that good. And just like the bronze squad, there's a lot of nostalgia in this squad because I played a ton of 2K13, and even though I didn't really use the starting five much or the bench, I played every single game in 2K13 with JaVale McGee and Gerald Green, and a lot of them with Terrance Ross. So anyway, now let's get on to the game. Throw it up, and we've got lob cheese going. Hall of Fame lob city finisher for DeAndre Jordan. Is it a freelance? Is it 4 out 1 in? I have no idea what he's running. And I'm normally good at telling that. And it's an on 1 for Tristan Thompson. They have not scored yet, and it's been like 2 minutes 20 seconds. Defense. Come on, JaVale McGee. Need to hit that Booker. Damn, it's now a 2-point game. Like, he's only got how many field goals? Like 3 field goals, but we're all 3-pointers. And Clay, I'm not a fan of Ruby Clay. I've never been good with Ruby Clay. I don't know what it is, because I think I'm the only person in 2K that's not good with Clay Thompson. Like, I didn't like his diamond. I hated his diamond card. I think I'm the only person in 2K that's not good with Clay Thompson, which is annoying because I should love the card. Like, it should honestly be an absolute beast of a card. But I just don't like his release for some reason. Oh, of course. They hit 4 field goals in the first quarter, and all 4 of them are 3-point shots, making it a 1-point game. It'd be rude not to. Gerald Green, a point guard. Put it up. And he puts it in. He's turning back the clock to 2K13. Oh, nice cut. Let's go. Good pass. Back into Gerald Green. They come up. And Gerald Green missed the layup. We're right in there with Clay Thompson. Go to the basket. And Green. Gerald Green with the and 1. Turning back the clocks 4 years to 2013, when he was the god of 2K. It's open. There we go. Maybe that'll be the start of Clay Thompson going off, but I for some reason can't time his release. Maybe it's the European server, maybe it's the little bit extra delay, but I've never been able to time Clay's release. It's crazy how 2K never changed a tier on Gerald Green's card. He's still, to this day, for the entire game, he was the only 86 overall Ruby card there was. They were saying they were going to change the ratings, and they just decided not to make 86 a Ruby. And for some reason, Gerald Green has an 86 overall Ruby card. Oh, let's go, Gerald Green. Get the dunk. Or the layup. That's tough. Like, back in 2K13, Gerald Green literally would have just walked in the key and dunked it on Dwight, who was the best center in the game at the time. Did not matter who was in his way. You couldn't block dunks in that game, and Gerald Green was just so OP because of it. Corner, Lillard. And Lillard nails the 3. 15-point game. Lob it up to DeAndre Jordan. Let's go. Yep. And just he's going to shoot a fadeaway 3 in the corner. We got to stop that. Jeez, he's looking like Rudy from KOK with those fadeaway 3s. Throw the lob to DeAndre Jordan. Jordan has 10 points. I'm fairly sure that's from 5 lobs. Oh my god, DeAndre Jordan is just... That Hall of Fame lob cheese is doing wonders. And he gets a dunk with LeBron. Wait for DeAndre to get there. Throw it up. And DeAndre now with 14 points. I'm fairly sure all of them are from lobs. I wouldn't be surprised if DeAndre Jordan hasn't missed a shot. Actually, no, I took a jump shot with him, so I think he's missed. Let's get it to DeRozan. DeRozan in the corner. or somehow not a travel, and 1 for the derozan. Let's go, make this a 19-point game. And I think he's done. I think he has rage quit with 4:20 to go in the 4th quarter. So anyway, that's the video. All of these guys were silvers in NBA 2K13. A lot of them were the best silvers, and the best silvers were more expensive than some of the best golds, so no one used them. Like KAWHI Leonard was the same price as LeBron James. Nobody used him in the game. But the cards like Terrance Ross, to an extent Danny Green, Bradley Beal, Clay sometimes, DeAndre sometimes, but always JaVale McGee, the GOAT, and the God, the original demigod, the original best ever MyTEAM player, Gerald Green, the GOAT. If only he was as good as his silver card this year. He's so good, he's the only 86 overall to be a ruby in this game. Gerald Green, the GOAT. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I make daily MyTEAM videos. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.